Shalom. Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. And, from what you see on the screen, you get an idea of what I'm about to go into. This is something I like to do, you know, to set the precedence and let the Akim and Akwav know, which we know already, but any brothers that's or sisters that's not aware, of how this city is now, this gives them a um a breakdown and kind of a visual on the state of this city and what it's going into, man, which is total chaos, no control. Things are completely out of control now. They can't, wrap their hands around it. It's just, this country is just through, and it's gonna continue to get worse. So, the title of this the title of this video is "Iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest." Man, sin, evil, wickedness. This is the days that we living in, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites, you need to pay attention, because as the weather gets nice, you know, the more it's gonna increase, man. The more wild it's gonna get out here. Right? You could put your head down and keep moving like ain't nothing happening. You're gonna, it's gonna hit you face. Hey, it's gonna smack you in the face. That's all I can say, man. But before I play it, I want to get these real quick. Two scriptures, real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. This is the Most High speaking to his people, the children of Israel, right? It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before. So during the time of Moses, when we were in ancient Egypt, the Most High brought plagues in ancient Egypt before we got up out of there. So this is not talking about ancient Egypt. This is talking about the modern day Egypt, which is America, right? Because Egypt is synonymous with slavery or bondage, and that's what our people are in here in America, right? So it says, let me read it again. It says, but 2nd Ezra 15 and 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. Whose mighty hand and stretched out arm? Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. It says, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, shall bring upon it, man. So that's who's bringing this hell, man. This is who's bringing the judgment and the plagues upon America, Babylon the Great, man. Right? That's who's bringing it. Let's get one more. Because we living in the day of the Lord's vengeance, man. As I'm going to read right now. This is Isaiah chapter 34. Right? Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 8. And it reads, it says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Yeah, man. The who Zion? The Israelites. Right? All that did evil to the Israelites, all that had us in captivity, slavery, to this day, destroying us through the music, this American wicked ass culture, the Crayola community, right? The Lord said it is the day of his revenge, man. That's what recompense means. Recompense. It is the day of the Lord's recompense, right? So that's what we living in. It ain't no the day of the Lord's recompense is not a good time, man. For those of you who believe that, God is all love, times don't seem very lovely, right? Right now. So without any further ado, man, let's play this.
City. Here are the crimes from across the 5 boroughs. We begin this week in Queens, where a routine traffic stop ends in the fatal shooting of one of New York's finest.
Thousands are getting ready to say their final farewells to slain NYPD officer Jonathan Diller. The wake for the 3-year veteran of the force is taking place today and tomorrow. And we're just learning that the alleged shooter has been charged. According to the NYPD, 34-year-old Guy Rivera is being charged with murder of a police officer, murder with intent, attempted murder, and weapons possession charges. He's the second person charged in the death of Officer Diller. Let's head out to Jody Goldberg, who's live in Massapequa Park, where mourners will be gathering later today. Jody.
When Barbara switched to TurboTax,
Salaki.
I broke 4 generations of family tradition with 5 little words.
Chris and Bianca, well, last night there was a moving vigil, and today mourners will descend on the Massapequa Funeral Home to say their goodbyes to Officer Diller, who is being remembered here as a hometown hero. Through tears, close to 1,000 mourners held candles and each other at Officer Jonathan Diller's vigil last night. His wife, Stephanie, exploding with emotion. She's left to raise their 1-year-old son, Ryan, without his dad. Diller's brother-in-law spoke on behalf of his family.
He loved what he did. He was a cop. He was born to be a cop. He was born to be a hero. Okay? He was born to be a hero. He died being a hero. He died doing what he loved.
Today and tomorrow, those who knew Diller and many who didn't will pay their respects. Former President Donald Trump will be among them. The Massapequa Park community shares a bond supporting law enforcement and Diller's family, hanging blue bunting and ribbons from utility poles and trees.
And as you can see, man, they bring these cops down from, upstate New York, wherever, man. They don't live in the city. They come down here, they completely just, oppress the poor, man. It's always a huge thing when one of these damn devils get killed in the line of duty, man. All the killing they've done, all the evil and wickedness and the cover-ups that they done, did. None of that matters to these people, man. None of that matters to these devils. This is why Yahweh Shem Shah is getting these devils out the way, man. And there's going to be many, many more of these, man, because people are fed up and tired of these fucking cops, man.
Our officers go to work every day and don't know if they're going to come home. And unfortunately, Officer Diller's not coming home.
According to authorities, Guy Rivera is accused of shooting and killing Diller. He remains hospitalized after Diller's partner shot him in the back. Yesterday, prosecutors charged 41-year-old Lindsey Jones with criminal possession of a weapon. They say he was in the driver's seat of the illegally parked car that Diller and his partner approached Monday in Far Rockaway. Prosecutors say Jones claimed Rivera was a hitchhiker he picked up.
He's part of killing a New York City police officer. He is just as responsible as a person who pulled that trigger.
Just all around tragic. Now, this morning, the Tunnel to Tower Foundation announced it will pay off the mortgage on Diller's home. His wake will be held today and tomorrow from 2 to 4 and 7 to 9. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday morning.
Next, we head to Midtown Manhattan for a closer look at the alarming spike in attacks on police officers.
The tragic death of Officer Jonathan Diller in Far Rockaway last night, raising the issue of the recent spike in violence against members of the NYPD. And if it seems like more officers are being attacked, that's because they are.
According to NYPD statistics,
and Salakia, you see the videos with these cops that just run up on Jake and and just start beating the hell out of them, man. Don't tell them what they stopped them for, what they handcuffing them for. Don't read them his rights, no nothing, man. They just come out and they just aggressive with Jake, man. Right? So what's gonna happen is Jake gonna start fighting back, man. Because, like I said, in the scripture I read, man, we living in the time of Yahweh Shem Shah's, payback to Esau Edom and what he's been doing to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because in his eyes, us being killed by him is an honor for us. We should be happy. To him is nothing. It's like the scriptures say, blood is as nothing in his sight. Right? So, hey, these devils, they getting paid back.
More than 5,400 officers were injured last year. That's up from more than 4,700 in 2022. Fox 5's Kendall Green has more on those staggering stats that are causing concern.
Monday night, the latest casualty, the latest reminder.
Can I say it any clearer? It is the good guys against the bad guys. And these bad guys are violent.
Not only are the offenders asserting violence on everyday New Yorkers, they're showing little to no mercy on New York City cops in uniform. Jonathan Diller, who was part of NYPD's critical response team, was shot and killed in a matter of seconds after confronting a driver and passenger of a vehicle illegally parked at a bus stop.
These attacks on New York City police officers have to end right now.
And Tuesday, just a day after Officer Diller was killed, police say a woman punched a female officer in the face and head after she tried to enter the subway without paying the fare at the subway station on 125th and Lex. A month before, on February 20th, video posted to TikTok shows a fight between NYPD officers and migrants on Randall's Island, causing outrage. 1 month before that, on January 27th, as many as 14 people attacked 2 NYPD officers after they were trying to break up a group of men accused of acting disorderly near Times Square. In 2020, there were 3,378 officers injured. In 2021, 3,939. In 2022, 4,737. And last year, a peak of 5,363 officers.
We clearly are.
And how many in those years, how many Jakes were killed by cops? Unarmed. Right? Just minding their own business, walking down the street, hanging out. Put those statistics up too.
Experiencing a meteoric rise against officers as it relates to assaults.
So far, we've seen a high-profile crime on officers every month as we wrap up the first quarter of 2024. Retired NYPD Lieutenant and Professor Dr. Darren Porcher argues those stats don't compare to what tax-paying New Yorkers are up against. However, it prompts questions.
It begs the question as to what are we doing to provide the necessary fortifications within the criminal justice system, and are the district attorneys effectively prosecuting these cases?
Back in Queens, a doorbell camera captures a terrifying kidnapping attempt in Astoria.
Now to a shocking crime caught on camera. A mother coming to the rescue of her teenage daughter who was the victim of an attempted abduction inside their apartment building in Queens.
And tonight, that mother speaking out about those terrifying moments. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini has her story.
Caught on Ring camera video, a man jumping out of a stairwell, grabbing this young woman as she got in from walking her dogs. Her mother, Adriana Alvarez, jumping to her rescue.
My first instinct was to pull her and grab her back. As soon as I did that, he used pepper spray. He was pepper spraying me.
Mom says things quickly got violent.
It was just fighting, tumbling down the stairs.
Alvarez says her neighbors stepped in.
He runs outside and helps, grabs the guy and keeps him on the floor.
The NYPD responded. It happened on January 23rd, around 9 a.m. in Astoria. According to court documents, the suspect, George Vasilou, said, "I'm taking her away." Alvarez says her 18-year-old daughter, Lex, worked with the suspect at a grocery store, and they were friendly, but things started to take on a different tone.
He would follow her. She would see him behind a car. We had called the cops on him twice.
She says she and her daughter were both injured.
Her knees from being pulled were hurt. I tried my best to keep her safe from the physical pain. He had punched me left, right eye, chin, cheek, nose. I had a dislocated elbow. I still have no feeling from here to here.
She says she's sharing the story for one important reason.
I want others to be aware of their surroundings. Even in your own apartment building, you have to be careful. You have to just be aware.
Vasilou is behind bars on Rikers Island. He's facing a string of charges, including assault, burglary, and attempted kidnapping. He's pled not guilty. He's back in court on April 3rd.
Moving now to East Harlem, shaken subway riders react to another week of violence in the city's transit system.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payment.
Damn ads.
It was a deadly day for New York City Transit. A 24-year-old man from the Bronx is being charged with murder for allegedly pushing someone onto the tracks in East Harlem into the path of an oncoming train during the evening rush hour.
It's just getting dangerous, you know, and it's scary because I take the train at night and I'm afraid. I'm being honest, I'm really afraid.
According to police, it happened at around 7 o'clock last night at the East 125th Street and Lexington Avenue station. Investigators say that 24-year-old suspect Carlton McPherson suddenly shoved a man onto the tracks as a 4 train was approaching the platform. The conductor was unable to stop the train in time, and that person was run over and killed. McPherson was taken into custody and subsequently charged with murder. He has 4 prior arrests, 2 for burglary, 1 for assault, and another for fare beating.
It's definitely sad, but it's never safe. They smoke on the train. There's constantly people on the train fighting.
Earlier in the day, the NYPD reported 3 consecutive stabbings at subway stations. Yesterday morning, police say a commuter was stabbed in the back at the Kosciuszko station in Brooklyn. Hours later, a woman was stabbed in the back at the Franklin Avenue station in Bed-Stuy. And after that, a man was stabbed on the Upper West Side at 96th Street and Broadway by a stranger who allegedly stole his backpack and ran off.
We're going to be looking for weapons.
All the violence comes shortly after Governor Hochul deployed the National Guard to assist police with bag checks, and as the NYPD surges hundreds of officers into the transit system to focus on fare beating.
800 cops being surged into this system over the next 5 days at strategic locations based on crime, MTA statistics, and community complaints.
Both uniformed and plainclothes officers will carry out this enforcement. Officials declined, though, to say exactly which stations the operation will target, but noted it won't be a one-week deal. This strategy is something the department plans to use time and time again as needed.
Down in Chelsea, women in the city share their stories after a series of disturbing.
Hey, you know, judgment, man. It's safe nowhere. You can't ride the train, the bus, walk the streets at certain times, walk down certain streets. You know, be in your house, come to your front door. You know, it's getting bad out here, man. And what's happening is the Most High is making it uncomfortable for you people here in America, Babylon the Great, you Babylonians, because you don't reverence the Most High, right? We don't expect you other nations to. You're through anyway, right? But you Israelites, you need to take heed to the warning, man. You need to take heed to Yahweh Shem Yahushai's words, or else you're going to get caught up in this, man. You're going to be a victim in this. It's not it's not a laughing matter, man. This is deadly serious. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 9, because what you got is this place being made desolate, man. this place is out of control. They have no hold on this, right? They've been deploying and putting cops in the subways since last year, and the crime has went up other than down, right? So Esau Edom has no control over this, man. Right? This is Isaiah 13:9. It says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate." This is the hand of the Heavenly Father, man. Right? This is the hand of the Almighty that's putting you people in fear, man. Right? So it says, let me get that again. This is Isaiah 13:9 again. "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." Man, who are the sinners, man? The Israelites. 2/3 of you Israelites, you're going to get caught up in this web, man. Right? It says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light." Right? The stars of heaven. Right? These celebrities, you see what's going on with them, man. Diddy, Jay-Z, 50, a bunch of others, man. They all up in this ring of exposing, man, being exposed. It says, "Thereof shall not give their light, the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine," man. So the knowledge and wisdom that kept this place afloat, and all of the lies and the secrets, is all being revealed, man. And the knowledge and the wisdom is being cast away. Right? Nobody knows what's going on. All hell is breaking loose, man. Keep playing if you think. Keep playing if you want, man. You think it's going to get better, it's going to get worse, man. Let's go.
Random attacks.
Multiple women in New York City taking to social media claiming they've been randomly punched on the street.
Yeah, the videos are surprising.
And Salakia, a couple of these videos I done went through already in past videos, but hey, it's just giving you a breakdown of, what's going on.
And they've sparked nationwide outrage. Fox Eye's Michelle Ross takes a closer look at what's been happening.
You guys, I was literally just walking and a man came up and punched me in the face. So I just got punched in the face walking home.
Women are taking to TikTok sharing similar stories of them getting punched in the face in unprovoked attacks on the streets of New York City.
Oh my God, it hurts so bad. I can't even talk.
Influencer Hallie Kate developed a bump on her forehead after she says a man walking a dog punched her on Monday in Chelsea. For that attack, police charged 40-year-old Skabuki Stora with assault and harassment. Standing in front of a Trump flag, he claims he's a great-great-grandson of Marcus Garvey. With more than 90,000 followers on social media, he posts videos of women and his interactions with police.
You finally harassing a white person, man. Good job, man.
It's unclear if he's responsible for the other attacks. The string of women said this happened to them in recent weeks. This woman posted about getting punched in the face 2 years ago.
Oh my actual God, I literally just got punched in the face by a homeless man. Like literally walking to the gym. I fall straight to the ground and
If you notice, whenever people are in distress and catching hell, they always seem to mention God. Well, I'm here to tell you, you Edomites, you so-called white people, God ain't with you, man. Right? The God of the Bible is only the power of the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You rest of you people, man, y'all are through, man. The rest of you nations, y'all are through. You can call on God, call on Satan, because that's who y'all worship, right? And that's who y'all spirit is in tune with. But for the one and only true and living power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua, is only for the Israelites.
and I'm just in like absolute disbelief.
Literally, as soon as they came, they were like, "Do you want to get in the back of the car and go try to find this guy?" They like threw on their sirens. We ran around all of Soho.
In a now-deleted comment on one of the TikTok videos, former Real Housewives of New York City star Bethany Frankel commented with a similar experience, writing, "This happened to me a few months ago, but I was embarrassed to say. I was taking a video of a bakery." And in almost all of the TikTok videos, the women say that they were on their phones not paying attention. So they are telling women everywhere to be more aware of their surroundings.
And finally, leaving the city. State lawmakers clash over harsher penalties for retail crime in New York City.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Our shop workers deserve to feel that they are protected once again and not say, I've had enough, I'm leaving.
That was Governor Kathy Hochul about a month ago, pushing to increase penalties on people who attack retail workers. However, Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie threw cold water on this proposal, saying he doesn't think tougher penalties will dissuade criminals.
I just don't believe raising penalties is ever a deterrent on crime. There's already things in current law to deal with people who assault other people.
He couldn't be more wrong.
That is Nelson Eusebio, founder of a group known as a Collective Action to Protect Our Stores. He invited Speaker Hastie to take a walk in his own district.
We have many stores in his own districts which are crying the blues because of shoplifting and other violence. He should walk his district and see what's really going on.
In a recent survey conducted by the Retail Workers Union, more than 80% of retail workers say that they are worried about an active shooter coming into their workplace. Eusebio says that retail workers need more protection.
Please think about the victims and not those creating the crime. Please think about all the people that go to work every day and want to feel safe in their place of work.
New York.
See, that's the problem with you people, man. You want to feel safe. You ain't going to feel safe, man. The Lord ain't letting you people feel safe, man. Because all y'all going to do is just coon the fuck out and just go about, nah, man. We living in the time of this place falling, man. To hell with this place. You want stricter laws and penalties and look who they put in the face of terror and the problem is, man, Jake, you the problem. They making you the face of the problem. But we've been telling y'all to get right with y'all power, man. But we know 2/3 of y'all not gonna get it. Right? Let me get this last one. We're gonna shut it down, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what the word, Salakia, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. So you got the Israelites on the highways and hedges, man, and every major city and all throughout the globe, man. All on social media, YouTube. Everybody know about the Israelites. Our people know about the Israelites, man. Right? So you got a lot of us that's hearing. You got a lot of our people that's hearing, man. Right? But what's happening? It says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. Yeah, they go on going to establish their own righteousness, man. They go back to their covetousness, their wicked deeds, their wicked works, right? It says, for with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. Yeah, right? So they'll listen and say, I'm hearing you. All that sound good. But what? Once they leave, they go back to their wickedness, man. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them, man. Right? So when they catch hell, when the Most High puts the hammer down on them, man, when they when Esau makes his move on you 2/3 niggas, hey, you can't say you didn't know. You can't say that, oh man, I'm sorry. You can't say that, man. Because it is Yahweh Shem Yahushua that's putting his judgment on you. Right? And you Jays have no idea what's about to come to you, man. your best bet is to listen to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and repent, because the end is at hand, man. So, I just wanted to go into that. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, willing to elect with the other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Hey, until the next lesson, Shalom.
York has been losing millions of dollars in sales taxes as a result of retail theft. And New York City saw the largest surge in shoplifting since 2019 than any other U.S. city, according to a study by the Council on Criminal Justice. Right now, the governor and state lawmakers are in the height of budget negotiations, with the budget due in just a few days. But Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins agreed with Hasty and cast doubt on the effectiveness of increasing penalties on people who assault retail workers.
Both houses, find that merely raising penalties does not necessarily get at, diminishing the amount of crime.
Both Senate and Assembly Democrats are, however, looking.
And no, Salakia. I just had to say this. When you put people in a corner and you don't make a way for them to survive and do for themselves and take care of themselves, they can't get jobs, they can't, make ends meet. What do you think is going to happen, man? What do you think is going to happen, though? Right? And a lot of these things happen to our people because we don't want to come back to our power. We are being rebellious and hardheads, man. And stiff-necked. But this place is on its way out, man. I just had to say that.
At other proposals to crack down on retail crime. This includes a tax credit so stores can increase their security and designated funding for law enforcement to go after organized retail crime rings.
And that